What's up, my fantastic human beings? It's your boy, your brother from another mother. Ain't trying to back up into nobody. That's happened before, by the way. It's a beautiful day here, and just went on lunch, going to the store to go pick up some more creamer for the coffee and a bunch of miscellaneous items that a brother gotta get. But I do this rolling super fast. So how's everyone doing this fantastic day? It's Wednesday, December something. I think it's the 9th. Yeah, man, I was talking to my dude Shane yesterday. You know, we were talking about some of the aspects of the game, some ideas, some video ideas, and some of the things that, you know, I brought up in the last video that I did about, you know, how I've been feeling, where I've been, not physically where I've been. And yeah, he's helping me kind of sift through some ideas and stuff, which I'm blessed to have. And something that came to my mind last night, I was playing PUBG. So I play PUBG every night, and you know, play with the same me, Mike, Ryan. So you got Mike, RG Pennypacker, then you got Ryan, Whisper 187, and Kit. Kit's not like, she didn't play War Robots before. And then we got Mr. Bully Basher, and every once in a while we play with Sean Deathshot. And that's pretty much those who have been known as the veterans in War Robots. And I started literally, Bully Basher, Jamal, that's his real name, Jamal. We started really in the same clan back in when the Gephards first came out. And we were, you know, chitting, you know, on comms last night. We always bring up War Robots, and Jamal said that he played War Robots for the first time in a long time. The night before, I guess, us talking about War Robots got him to go back, and he was like, he didn't do that bad, and he was kind of happy happy about his performance, if you will, in the game. And I was like, yeah, just wait till my brother gets a little bit higher in the leagues, going from I don't know, it was like gold or silver or whatever. I don't know what levels he's at, with the bots and weapons and stuff. And I don't know what his hanger is. I haven't looked at his hanger in years. And then while we were talking about it, I was thinking about the conversation I was having with Shane about the, you know, what we had with the podcast, and if Mr. Higgles, which is Jason, you know, we had that podcast together, you know, how he was doing. Speaking of that, I need to reach out to him. Yeah, it was just really interesting because when we were having this conversation about, you know, the game and, you know, the little intricacies, the ins and outs of the game, it just made me laugh because, you know, what was it, 2015, it was like 2015. It could have been even earlier. I don't remember exactly when it was. I wish I did. About that time, we were all going through our own little thing, you know, in life. We were our shtick, our, you know, whether it was our vocation whether we were in school, whether we had a family, whether we were starting a family, whether we were, solo or just with our parent, whatever it was. We were all where we were. And our language back then, the ways that we articulated things, the way that we explained things, the way that we, whether it was the words that we used or the tones that we used, whether we were excited or upset, it's just funny because I'm listening to me, Mike, talking to Jamal, and because Ryan was working, and we were like, man, we talk different now. When we get met, we didn't have comms back then in War Robots. We didn't have Discord until a little bit later on to be able to get on voice. So whenever we would finish a match, we would just type it out in the little dialogue boxes that you get in between. And I couldn't help but laugh because I never cursed back then. Not like, I'm not going to say never. I didn't as much. Now, oh man, I curse all the time. Jamal never cursed. Now the dude curses all the time. And I'm like, man, we are getting older and we have lost our ability to refuse the exit of a specific thought that becomes a word. It's like when you're in a situation, someone's talking to you and you're really getting upset and you're like, I'm just going to walk away. In this situation, boy, you're not walking away. You're saying, Foxtrot! Or Foxtrot Tango, F that. Or whatever else. Oh man, that's just what's interesting about the different chapters that we find ourselves in when, the game, if the game stayed the same, like War Robots, if the game stayed the same, you get bored with it. It just becomes very transactional. But ways of spicing it up, you give your thoughts, ideas, and if those thoughts, ideas drop on the table of someone who's a decision maker that, can see the big picture and how it can fit into that big picture. It's just like with business. I mean, because it's a product. Like with business, a landscaping company or a marketing company or, a doctor's office, a print shop or a barber shop. You would, whatever the ideas were, someone drops that idea. Have you ever thought about doing this? Or have you ever thought about doing that? If you see it as part of your long-term strategy or your short-term, you implement it. And if you don't implement it, you figure out someone in your phone book on your phone. Go through your phone, be like, hey, yo, Johnny Bravo, I know you're really good at this. Can you help me with we're changing this little strategy that I got or this company that I have, or, help me figure out a way to monetize this or whatever. But if the game stayed the same, it becomes blah. But if you have a very niche market and you are a niche product for a specific niche market demographic, then you stay with it because they know you as that. So it's like with life, you have War Robots, kind of, with life and War Robots, they kind of like, almost, it's not like they mirror each other. It's not like they mirror each other. They kind of serve as like a, not like a measuring stick, but they're like side by side, like two bubbles. They're both floating, but maybe they're, one's a little bit bigger, one's a little bit smaller, but they're both bubbles. And they're all drifting into the air, and they're both, subjected to the same variables, like the wind, breeze, humidity, whatever. Yeah, I think about all this kind of stuff all the time, and sometimes I'm like, oh, stop it. But it's like with the way that we were explaining things to each other in comms on PUBG, the way that I'm thinking about back in the day when we used to explain things and we couldn't put a big paragraph in the chat in War Robots, so we had to, you know, choose our words wisely and kind of sum up what we were trying to say in fewer words. And then now we have comms now in the game of PUBG, but back then when we end up getting Discord, we could just talk, have that in the background, the app in the background, while we play that thing and strategize while we were actually playing like we do play in PUBG. And so all things change, and you know, the different seasons in life change, and you look back at some of the things that you did and some of the things that you wish you would have done that you didn't do, and the things that you wish you would have done or not done that you did. You know, it all can serve as a way to make oneself better. And in War Robots term, make one's hangar or experience better or less strenuous, or because the idea at the end of the day is to have less stressors, less stress the moment that you lay your head back down to sleep, and you know, you can smile knowing that you did your best with what you had, and tomorrow is going to be a better day than it is today. But I do wish that War Robots had a lot more little things that like PUBG has, which is, you know, how long you were alive in a specific bot, how many hit points you're getting throughout the game, or how many what's your most used weapon, and what's your average hit points or accuracy with that specific weapon, and the length of time that you stayed in those, you know, things like that. But it's hard because War Robots is War Robots and PUBG is PUBG, and you know, Roblox is Roblox, or you know, Dancing with the Wolves is Dancing with the Wolves. But life, man, life in 2020, definitely different, and it provides its own challenges, and the way that we communicate with others has got to adapt. Because as you can see with my hearing aids, and when I put on this mask, it's almost muffled. You know what I mean? And then you add your mask, and your mask is there, and I can't read your lips. I was in the mall the other day. I went to the mall with my wife so she can pick up some products, and man, I felt like I was gonna have a panic attack. I was like, baby, we gotta get out of here. I can't deal with this. This is just too much stimulus. I can't. It's just too much. And I feel that way sometimes with War Robots. Like, I gotta cut down the noise. I gotta cut down all the variables, the too many choices, because I'm just overwhelmed, and I don't know what to do with all this energy other than just deploy my bot, rush in, and fight. That's why I don't use drones on my personal hangar. It's just too much. And I don't even upgrade my pilots anymore. It's too much. I change my weapons too often. And the gold that I need to get those, just too much. So I got to get back to the basics. And even if that means, you know, revisiting some of the bots and stuff that I used to have a lot of fun with back in the day, maybe use those, maybe use different modules instead of quantum radar, because I'm always trying to defend beacons from people that have stealth. But quantum radar now doesn't serve a greater good, because there's not that many quantum radar out there anymore because of them nerfing down the Aljuns, or the Phantom, or not the Phantoms, yeah, the Aljuns. But I still love some Aljuns, boy, I do. But I kind of mourn for them too. But man, I gotta get into the super marketplace, so that I can use coffee cream. Put my shades on because brother gotta protect his eyes. How's that look, y'all? Anyway, I love y'all. I know this is more of like a random, just hanging out with your boy talking video. So yeah, just let me know how your day is going. Drop a comment in the comment section. Leave a like if you want to like. Make your day great. Make today your beach and help somebody make theirs too. Peace.